Cyber Daily News for June 16, 2026. We begin with a major espionage revelation. Google's threat intelligence group has exposed a China-linked group tracked as UNC1151 that spent more than 2 years hidden inside North American medical and military research networks. The earliest confirmed intrusion dates back to September 2023, and the group stayed undetected until November 2025. Investigators say the attackers stole credentials and quietly forwarded internal emails to Gmail using a backdoor planted on clinical research servers. Google assesses this as state-sponsored espionage aligned with long-standing Chinese intelligence priorities and notes the case reflects a gap in defender visibility more than attacker sophistication. Next, a critical flaw in Microsoft 365 Copilot Enterprise. Researchers at Varonis disclosed a vulnerability they call SearchLeak, which chained together 3 separate weaknesses to silently steal sensitive corporate data. At its core was an AI-specific technique. A search parameter in the URL was passed directly to Copilot as an executable prompt, letting attacker-controlled text act as instructions. Combined with a rendering race condition and a server-side request forgery issue, the chain could quietly extract emails, calendar data, SharePoint documents, and OneDrive files. Microsoft patched the issue earlier this month and rated it critical. Staying on critical vulnerabilities, Cisco has confirmed active exploitation of a zero-day in its Catalyst SD-WAN manager. The flaw lets an authenticated attacker write arbitrary files to the underlying system, which can be escalated all the way to root access. America's Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency has now added it to its known exploited vulnerabilities catalog, alongside a separate privilege escalation flaw in a Lightspeed plugin for cPanel. If you run either, patching is urgent. In healthcare news, Danish pharmaceutical giant Novo Nordisk has confirmed a data breach. The maker of some of the world's most in-demand drugs says attackers gained unauthorized access to a limited number of internal systems and copied personal data before leaving. 2 groups were affected: clinical trial patients and healthcare providers. The company stressed that the trial patient information is pseudonymized and not directly linked to individuals by name. So far, no threat actor has claimed responsibility. A supply chain attack has now hit the Linux world. Arch Linux has suspended new account registrations after a wave of malicious packages, roughly 1,500 of them, flooded the Arch user repository in a campaign being called Atomic Arch. The repository relies on community-submitted packages, making it an attractive target for attackers looking to slip malware onto developer machines. Arch users are urged to scrutinize anything they have recently installed from the repository. Turning to phishing, a Belarus-linked group known as UNC1151 or Ghostwriter has expanded a campaign aimed at stealing Gmail credentials and 2-factor authentication codes. According to Poland's National Cyber Response Team, the group historically targeted Polish email providers, but since March it has shifted focus to Gmail users, deploying phishing pages designed to capture both passwords and authentication codes in real time. The group has long been tied to Belarusian state intelligence and remains active against Polish targets. Another healthcare breach. Cardiac monitoring company iRhythm Technologies has disclosed a security incident in a regulatory filing. The company says a threat actor accessed data stored in certain third-party business applications and may have exfiltrated sensitive information, including protected health information. iRhythm spotted suspicious activity on June 8th, and a day later received contact from an actor claiming to hold the stolen data and demanding payment. And finally, a ransomware attack with real-world impact. Mackay Sugar, Australia's second-largest sugar producer, has been hit by a group known as the Gentlemen, forcing 2 of its 3 mills offline. The timing is brutal. The attack landed during crushing season when mills run continuously and any stoppage leaves harvested cane with nowhere to go. The company has stood up manual workarounds and restarted limited operations at 1 mill as it investigates. That's a wrap for today's Cyber Daily News. The CVE numbers and other technical details for these stories can be found in the links in the show notes. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss the latest developments in cybersecurity. You can catch us on YouTube and your favorite podcast platform. See you next time.